Sing in me, muse, and through me tell the story of those people skilled in all ways of contenting, the Dragonlords, harried by fate and prophecy. Sing of the cities they saw, of the minds they learned of distant peoples, and weathering many bitter nights and days deep in their hearts, while they fought to save their homes and the lives of all Thyleans. Of these adventures, Muse, most sacred of daughters, tell us in our time. Lift the great song again. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragonlords here on Neon Lights Roleplay. I am your GM for the evening, Turk, or Turk Accented, if you want to be all cool about it and make it feel fancy. And I'm so excited to be back. We've got a whole big humdinger of an episode to build off of, so I guess without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I have an incredible group of storytellers here gathered around the proverbial fire, and I'd love nothing more in this instant than for the people to tell, for these fine folks to tell you who you are, who you're playing tonight, and what path you walk. Starting, of course, with the one who kicks off these sorts of episodes after I finish flapping my dumb mouth noises at you all, Comrade Crash.
Hey, I'm Comrade Crash. I play Leo Dracos, the human paladin, Oath of the Dragonlord, and he walks the path of the Vanished One. Pass it on to Chrissy.
Hello friends, I'm Chrissy Crits. I'll be playing Defera Damos. She's our Medusa Warlock, walking the path of the Haunted One. Spooky for spooky month. Okay, Calliope, question mark, I think is next.
Yeah, it's me. I'm next. Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, I'm here. I'm on your screen. And as per usual, I am back with Calliope, the Siren College of Epic Poetry Bard, who walks the path of the Dragon Slayer. That's all of the things. We usually have a question. Everything's fine. That's what we're gonna say. On to HP.
I am Last Hit Point Hero, and tonight I will be playing Thranos, the Siren Sorcerer who walks the path of the person whose mom's statue was chipped by the DM. Over to Tony.
It's fine. Hi, I'm Tony. I'm playing Eliana Legide, the High of Prophecy Cleric who walks the path of the Gifted One. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We're getting things taken care of. Other than that, passing it to the right.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay.
You're the last one.
I forgot my Twitch password, so I don't know.
Oh no.
It's me, Cornac McGraw. I'm playing Borkhild Hallharn, and I am walking the path of the Lost One, and I'm an Amazonian Ranger. Over to you, Turk.
All right, well, that leaves me to give a quick little recap of what happened last time. So, our brave heroes landed on the Isle of the Dragon, venturing deep in and meeting a tribe of folk there who apparently have been there since settler races first came stumbling into Thylea. They learned of the horrible conditions they've been kept under by a jealous dragon, destroying any attempts of theirs to leave this place, keeping them forever in fear and danger. The heroes put a stop to that. Fighting their way into Hexia's lair, they were not only able to defeat the Great Green Dragon, but also free Pythor and reclaim Thranos' petrified mother, who had been kept there as a form of entertainment for the foul foe. But it was not moments before they were able to acquire her, I guess is the best state, given that she is currently a statue. Then a errant Medusa episode, arrow. Ugh. So, geez, brain. Work with me here. Got a show. An errant Medusa arrow fulfilled a long-spoken curse, chipping a significant bit out of the statue, requiring now significant magic and time and pain before a mother and son can be reunited again. And now we return to that scene. You are all still in Hexia's lair, the final fetid location hidden in this area where it seems a large waterfall of sorts streams out from this source, a pure pool that on the fringes you could see the poisonous natural effects of a green dragon making it its lair bubble about. Countless statues of petrified folks in various stages of fear, some even with instruments or scrolls in hand, masks held to face, not to cover it, but rather theatrical in nature. The intent of this particular scene is clear. This was where Hexia entertained herself, or rather had people entertain her. If you cast your minds back, you would all recall that there had been a string of kidnappings of musicians and entertainers in the city of Mitros. And, well, following one, you did see them getting some weird statues getting loaded onto ships. Another crime, perhaps, that the Lady of Coin would have to answer for, were she not already facing the fires of Tartarus.
Ha!
But as you see the giant amount of vast wealth arrayed in the pool, I believe attention is elsewhere, and I return the scene to you all.
Do we need all the pieces? How does this work? What can we do? Eliana. Eliana?
Tony, you are
You're
muted.
muted, friend.
Eliana, speak to me.
Ah.
From beyond the grave. I can attempt to repair what happened, but you're going to need all the pieces. All of them.
Renos is picking up anything that looks like a piece of his mom that broke off onto the floor.
That is a little hard to do. It is not only because, what is blasted statue and what is a rock. Lots of statues around here are chipped. A lot of them are smashed, and she's been here for a long time. Legends believe at least 500 years, if not more. So it's a puzzle piece in a swarm of other puzzle pieces, and they're all white.
Okay. I begin looking.
Yeah, you can. I will say, you can reasonably get enough big chunks, but if you want anything more specific, it would definitely take perception checks or some form of mental acuity to perfectly recognize what goes where.
Nope, it's just got to be perception. How about average?
You
get in chips of rock for hours.
Get a good amount of bits collected. Obviously, the larger chunks easy to identify. It's the connecting bits, the splintered areas from the point of impact that make it difficult. And simple thing to replaster a cast, but how would that work with magic? I mean, are still concerned. That's why.
Yeah, it's and that's the thing. We probably wouldn't just let Thronos just be doing this himself. Calliope's helping too. Should I just roll separately at this point?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I mean, what if we get a sculptor that finishes it? Will that fix
Natural
it?
20. Sheesh.
Give me the pieces of my mom, Turk.
I don't know if I want to after that sound.
Gimme.
Gimme never gets.
With your very particular eye for detail, you do begin to get a great amount of what feels like perfect pieces fits for a lot of the smaller chunks here. You feel like you have as close as you can reasonably get from last time, and yeah, I mean, do you have it all perfectly? It's hard to say, but with the two of you combined, you are able to form a pretty full facsimile of a person, of a siren.
How is this going to work? If we just use we have some of that stuff to... What are we supposed to do?
I'm not really an expert on that part, but I know we have people on deck that are. I mean, they helped with Borgheld's statue, so they probably know better. I just hope they're still on deck after Hexia attacked the boat.
Question. I thought we brought, this is me, Courtney. I thought we brought some of that stuff with us because we knew she was a...
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought we meant
we
like we
have
need to
that on
piece it
us.
together like physically. Like we
We-
have like everything kind of set, but we haven't like
Yeah,
need
you
someone to
cemented
holding it in
anything.
play. Yeah,
Real-
Exactly. We need to cement it together before we like
But we have
or on
the
Stony.
juice.
Yeah, we have the but we don't want to reverse anything from Stony until everything is cemented in. Is
That's
the
fine.
point?
Does anyone have
Please.
mending? Steros is with us. Does he? I don't know.
Eliana has mending.
True.
I don't.
Quick shot!
And I'm not in here right now.
Sarah Jenkins does not have mending.
That seems like a flaw. That should be fixed.
He's a skilled craftsman. He doesn't have to mend shit. He just does it himself.
Yeah, but imagine how much more powerful he could be.
Here checking his stupid fucking character sheet, you nerds. I was like looking for mending as a spell, and then I realized he's just like I'm like, oh, maybe somewhere.
Nah, he's just really good at crafting. But yeah, someone has mending and wants to cast that.
I do, but I also want to get Pythor out from under this waterfall.
Okay. Well, you could have gone and done that while the other folks were
Yeah,
playing pick up
they were
mom.
playing Broom and Dustpan. Yeah.
Pin the side on the Estrella. Anyway, outside the waterfall, rather directly under it, is Pythor, who is chained and looks heavily poisoned.
Heavily poisoned, you say?
Yes.
Damn, I've only a lesser restoration removed poison. Oh wait, it do. I would like to cast lesser restoration.
Sure. Borkill, were you also outside, I assume, trying to get your boo out from under the waterfall? Fantastic. Why don't you show me what this looks like?
Well, I'm gonna wait for Eliana to make sure that he's unpoisoned, and then I'm gonna give him a good berry.
Oh, thank you.
Eat it.
Yeah, eating. That's
Once he swallows, I'm gonna backhand him.
it, like you hit him, and it's like the littlest bit of movement. Just what was that for?
I don't know. Maybe because the God of War decided that it would be fine to just self-sacrifice themselves right before the world was coming to a fucking end.
You'll misunderstand. I'm not a god of war, and everyone on that ship was about to die.
To be fair, did not know that part. But also, what the fuck? What are you doing? She is visibly pissed.
Very, very late breakup therapy, I suppose.
So were you just gonna let her kill you under a waterfall?
No.
Or were you just going to like sit there and take it? Like, is this some sort of penance, self-sacrifice, like give yourself lashes kind of bullshit?
No.
Then why didn't you rip her throat out?
I can't use my powers, or the Oath of Peace ends and you're not ready.
To be fair, you didn't have to use powers. All I had to do was be a little bit sassy and she went nuts. Like, you have the power of using words.
I did. That's why I'm here, and the Ultros is still afloat. You weren't there. It's protected from the forces of Sidon interfering with storms, but it's still made of wood. People, still people. You can't row that on your own. But you can row it without me.
So you were just going to... just die and not help with the end of the world? You were just gonna...
I hadn't thought that far. I was just saving everyone. You angry I saved everyone? And it turns out, like, could you, like, unclasp me? It's not very hard to have a serious conversation when a waterfall's rushing onto your head.
I assume so, and I'll grab my adamantine spear and try to into the lock.
Yeah, you could go ahead and make me an attack roll, do some damage to it, and say you kind of one or two sharp jabs will be enough to make the lock fall off, and they'll just go and rip at the other one.
Imagine they're just yelling over the waterfall sounds during this conversation.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I don't know if
into a waterfall.
It's oh gosh, where is it? I have it. Yeah, here we go. It's basically like, what were you doing? I was saving everyone.
Oh my god, this is just like The Notebook, but different.
Oh my god.
But different.
Very different, but you know, similar effect. Right?
He'll, as he gets out, he's gonna walk out of the water towards both of you now. I also knew you all were on the island, and we're going to go fight Hexia anyway, so... I used her hatred of me as a way to save everyone else. I'm not asking you to not be mad at me. I'm just telling you what I did.
So you married her?
A while ago.
Did you...
We were in a relationship. Marriage was not really...
It was real to her. Did you get an annulment?
We weren't married like that. You don't...
What does that mean?
It's not a marriage. Like, there was no ceremony. It was just a relationship. And... I had a war to fight, and she didn't want to be part of that, I guess. I moved on, and I suppose she didn't.
Suppose is correct. She, as motioning to all the statues, took every...
listen here. A lot of these were entertainers and playwrights, and that's not really my crowd. It's more my sister's speed. Well, I guess. Anyway, yes, I know people got hurt by her, but we can't sail boats out here. I can't head over here myself. What was I supposed to do? I know I was a fuck up for a long time. I'm not going to try and excuse myself, but I'm trying to be better. This was part of it. If you don't mind, I just have to actually see the body for a bit. I just gotta know.
She's up in the cave with everyone else.
All right. Excuse me. And I'll trudge past you all.
You know that we're in here with all these statues. Can I just like look around and see if I recognize any of them?
Sure. I did note that they were all sort of had helmets kind of placed on them, but
even like the entertainers?
in the
Or
cave
there's just
specifically,
none left?
why don't you make me an Arcana or Investigation
Okay.
for this?
Oh, let's see. Oh, they're the same number. We're just gonna investigate on a whim. 23.
I noted as you came in, they all seem to have their faces occluded and look to be like siren-like. This concern and confusion that, any of them could be Thanos' mom, sort of thing. That appears to have been the effect of a shape stone spell. And so the actual look of these people, the various decrepit states, you can now see that the limbs are weirdly stretched too thin where there clearly wasn't material before. It's oddly warped. The faces are more hastily done under the armor as you like peek under it. You'd guess the people here were dead and smashed a while ago. That this was just a cruel thing that Hexia did to get at you all.
Oh, I heard that.
Well, we kind of know what we have to do, I guess, in terms of getting the statue repaired and everything. But do we want to do anything about gestures broadly at loot, maybe?
Quite a bit of loot.
We get my mom back to the boat and take as much as we can. Make sure the boat's doing all right, and yes, get some people back for as much as we can that needs to come back, including any other statues that aren't damaged. I don't think there'll be very many.
Yeah.
Someone give me a hand with her.
Calliope is not that strong, but she'll do what she can.
I have a 7.
It's actually not that bad. I have a +2. That's really not horrible.
What French stone statue really weigh?
That's like as strong as I am right now, Heck, and you know how much I lift. I think I'm only at like a 14 based on like the human people stats.
Okay, granite's only 3 times the density of a person, so we're fine.
I also have the god of strength carry her.
Yeah, but he's gonna be carrying awkward stuff.
He's gonna be carrying what?
Awkward stuff? The like hard to carry stuff?
Oh, right. Like the various giant bags of gold and
Yeah.
silver and emeralds, ingots, and other things.
But I think everybody had intended on letting him have his time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not gonna workhorse him as soon as he comes through the door.
He is kneeling next to the body. He's not like touching it in any way that might display affection. More so, just kind of seems to be in his own little world near Hexia's dead head.
She really liked green, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No one's gonna fault her for having a making stylistic decisions. HGTV crew came through here and they loved it.
Yeah, they knocked down the kitchen wall to make it an open concept.
Mm-hmm. She was on Mithros TV for Cribs. Anyway. Do you just want to kind of start the loot train going back, and we can say with the remainder of the day, it's a effort of sending teams up here, getting stuff, bringing it down, getting stuff, bringing it down, until you've accumulated the entirety of your loot.
Yeah, but then also touching base with like whoever's left on this island, like maybe asking them what they want to do. Like they're free to, come along with us, but like.
I'll say as your group is not initially leaving, but after a few trips have started, you'll catch them at the kind of group watching at the entrance of these elven folk. One of them approaches. Is it true? Is she dead?
It's true. You're free.
I know not what we will do. There are some who have survived warriors who wish to join you all. Others we will need to be here to build. Now that we finally can.
Whoever is certainly welcome to come along if they wish.
Well, only the exceptionally bold and foolish wish to join you. But they are capable warriors. As capable as we could make them. With proper arms and equipment, they would do well in your ranks.
I think they'll fit right in.
Thank you. You know not the gift you have given us. This day will not pass unmarked.
Definitely. And we could not have done what we did without the sacrifice of those of you who helped us.
A heavy loss, where they join generations. And they all now celebrate.
Are there any materials we can leave for you all from
Motions,
there, or?
motions around. This place is already a paradise of equipment. We would have built ourselves a mighty home had it not always been destroyed. We know how to tend to the trees. Oakfather knows how to guide us, even if he cannot speak to us here.
Do I know what he's referring to?
Not a chance.
Okay.
If you want to make me a really difficult history roll and keep your luck going, you can make it.
You know, sure. The worst that can happen is I don't remember or realize anything, so it's fine. 7, yeah. Nope.
It's you imagine they live on an island with a lot of trees. Makes sense. They start praying to whatever works.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you all could pray to a tree. Mother Goddess Thylea is
Exactly.
a tree right now.
Oh, I hear.
Yeah, of course. Oakfather. I mean, hey, you're misgendering our god. You haven't been connected to the world for a while, so it's fine. But yeah, it's Oak Mother actually.
All I'm hearing in my head is Halson saying, "Oakfather preserve you."
Wonder why you'd think of that. Anyway. Yeah, they will assist, and a number. It's not all of all of the seats that were emptied, so to speak, by Hexia's attack are filled, but you do get an intrepid group of 6 warriors who join your ranks and are amazed at the advanced workings of the ship. And the absolute carnival sideshow of folk who are here when you have only ever seen elves your entire life. But yeah, that being said, that is the wrong one. That is the Isle of the Dragon.
For a bookkeeping note, once Pythor has had his time with Hexia's body and is back at the boat, probably ought to collect some dragon scales for some dragon scale armor for some of our NPCs. But I feel like it would be distasteful to collect that while he's standing there. So.
Yeah.
I mean, do you are you hovering on the periphery?
Well, at some point, I mean, I think that Thrynos would accept after an hour or so that there's really nothing more that can be done until the statue's fixed. So going on trips back, seeing if Pythor's still standing there, Thrynos will extend a little compassion. Put a hand on probably about his kidney height. You gonna be okay?
Sorry, I was in a memory a long time ago. I should be the one apologizing to you and asking if you're okay. You wouldn't be in the state you're in had I not been who I was. I am.
I don't. It's not your fault. You, in a lot of ways, you were just the, I don't know, somehow both a central character and just a side character in a weird story being told about my life. It's not your fault any of this happened. It's not your fault that my mother claimed you as my father. It's not your fault that this happened. It's just things that happen. But I hope I'm not projecting or misunderstanding. What What do you even mean?
Had I not strayed from Hexia, perhaps she would not have known such hatred. I don't know what would have happened with her in the war, but she is not impressed by the decisions I made. And that led her here. And I suppose me moving on to others. I hurt her too much. And perhaps had I known how to speak better, had I had my sister's wisdom and wit. But no.
Know the arrangement here, and never been in any kind of relationship like that, so I really can't say what happened or why. But even if you made mistakes, it's still not your fault. Hurting someone, no matter how bad, doesn't justify them kidnapping several hundred people for a couple hundred years. It's not a thing.
Lived as long as I have, it's hard not to, in the long view, find where you set the dominoes in place. But listen to me rambling while everyone's been carrying all the heavy stuff behind us. I should make myself useful.
Take your time. But it would be appreciated.
You might want to collect her scales and teeth and such. Undoubtedly her hide is just as tough dead as she was alive.
We'll wait till you're on a trip back to the boat.
Thank you. Sometimes I wish I was your father, and we could have fun discussions like love and other things. Not that I'm much better at those.
Hey, I don't know how many conversations with your kids you've had about those things, but I don't know. What do you mean?
Nothing. I should let things grow as they are, but the people around you are very important, and I overindulge in that too much, and sorry, I'll go. And he'll get up and walk away. And yeah, you're free to harvest anything off of Hexia you want. That's a full big old dragon there. Yeah, emotionally like, huh, yeah. Come on!
This.
Come on, help me get his teeth out!
Oh my god. Get her
the tongue
done.
loosener.
But yeah, getting a large degree of materials from there as you like. I assume you all want to get back on the Ultros and back to the boat. Back up to sea. Which brings us to a question of where you want to go next. Constellations shimmer in the night sky above you as the 37th day of peace ends.
I think the Queen was the closest location to us, correct?
That is correct. I'll put you back on constellations. So, yeah, if you're, checking the dial and you want your ghost captain to give an approximation of how far away things are, you do know that the Queen is the nearest.
I think it would be a good idea to visit as many of these places as we can.
It's not the ant. We're not going to the ant.
Yeah,
There's an X over it.
Get the ant.
It's Death Island.
Yeah, the Queen is closest. That'd be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Question, friends. Where should we be on, 2 days before, or the day before, or... Where should we be in approximately about 35 days?
I don't think we ever really got a solid answer.
The ideal situation...
Somewhere close to Praxis, right?
The ideal situation is to take out both Titans before the Oath of Peace is up. Or at least, you could, according to Chandris, you'd maybe just take out Sidon and then renegotiate with Lutheria. Maybe you want to try and negotiate with Sidon and Lutheria. And, get a longer Oath of Peace, kick the can. Figure something out. But when the Oath of Peace ends, I mean, you all were literally pursued and chased by the giant fleet that Sidon has. You figure that's going to be a big thing. And it took a lot to force the Titans at their full power back to their hideouts. And all those Dragonlords, aside from one of them, who wasn't there in the final fight, died. So, probably best to try and get as much of this done before the Oath of Peace ends as possible.
I think a good plan would be to decide to at least try and take out one or the other before the Oath of Peace ends.
Which one?
What was the Queen again, though?
Oh, I can pull up the lore.
Yes, we need the lore.
Allow me some lore seconds to flip back to my book. There you are. Placeholder sticker. Okay. So, constellations. Queen. Here we go. It's the constellation of the Queen, Mitros, goddess of the dawn. Some say those stars form a crown, signifying her status as Queen of the Five Gods. Others believe the stars represent the walls of a fortress, or the outline of a shield, for Mitros protects us from the ravages of the Titans. It was said she appeared to the original settlers in their hour of need as the pale woman with kind eyes and silver hair. Soft-spoken, kind-hearted, she fought violently to protect them during the founding of the great cities that proudly bear her name. She heralded the dawn of civilization on these shores, and that's why she's the goddess of dawn. But it has been centuries since anyone other than her priests have seen her. Though she is silent, she has not abandoned us, though. She watches over us still, and that's why what the stars truly signify. Not a crown or a shield, but the eternal vigil of the silent goddess.
So, she's just chilling on her vacation home.
I mean, you can always ask Vulcan. He's her wife. He's her husband. Or 3 kids. Or 2 kids you have on the ship. I mean, you as a cleric would know you channel her power occasionally.
Right. I mean, who doesn't like a surprise visit to Mom's beach house?
Yeah.
Well, it could be a case where the chariot that we can't really use might be useful to someone. Us.
think Borghild used that chariot pretty well. Super successful.
Was screaming and spinning in a fiery circle.
I lived. Thank you very much.
I didn't say you didn't.
The low bar.
Also,
I'm begging you
I'm
to raise the bar.
really good with animals, so.
I don't know if I believe that, because you've only used a small mechanical owl.
Yeah, I like them so much I made one. Like, I couldn't, like, physically produce one with my body. Can't give birth to an owl. But I would like to be the parent of one. Hence Alden.
I would assume you would have, I don't know, tamed one, in a sense?
I mean,
We're not
I do
questioning-
technically have a wolf, but I do not feel comfortable bringing them to whatever the fuck this place is. No offense, everyone. Number one, haven't seen wolves here, and number two, I'm scared that if I were to bring her here, she would also be trapped here with me in whatever this clusterfuck is.
Borghild, this isn't questioning your abilities or, the wonderful, wonderful job you did on the chariot. It's just simply an observation that if we can get more assistance, could be good for the fight.
And I like to think that this is all happening as I'm like, one tiny pebble takes a minute per pebble to like mend this statue. So I was just like, for it's interesting conversation.
Liana's doing a puzzle in the background. Puzzle of Threnos' mom.
Yeah, I've worked on minis while a podcast is on in the background or something. I assume it's very similar.
Liana, if what you were doing right now wasn't so important, I would go outside and ask a fish to come in here and piss in your mouth. So, like...
That is oddly specific.
Don't say I'm not good with animals! Touch the subject, I am good with
were.
animals!
I questioned your affinity for animals because I only ever seen you with, and she like takes a minute, sweet baby.
Sweet baby can do a lot more than a normal owl can do. So
I
just improved upon owls.
It can poop in people's mouths, and instead of a pellet or feces,
it's a good berry. Because every morning I cast good berry and put it inside my owl.
It's very.
She can technically carry healing potions and stuff, but I just haven't done that because I don't know how to make healing potions. I technically learned that you can in this game. I don't know about that. But I can make good berries every day.
And they are greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
I got another question, DM.
Yeah.
Were any of the other statues, like I'm pretty sure we went over this, were they like still like savable?
Very, very, very few, if any. Many of the entertainers were smashed. And like I was saying to Heck, a lot of the ones that looked like on the way in that were meant to look like armored sirens were from a mold-shaped stone kind of spell thing that they'd been, on closer inspection, those are smashed statues. Well over that were kind of quick. Let's put some rocks on top of this and mold.
Good. All right, then I don't need to ask about my thingy. Then I will just spend an eternity doing this puzzle.
All right. We can say that you all can set sail, and you're told that probably by after breakfast tomorrow, you'll arrive at what some of your crew is calling Indigo Island.
Interesting.
The others don't know the name. That's why I said some.
Does it have a plateau?
No.
Damn.
I know. I was disappointed too.
Trying to figure out which. I thought it was Plateau, but I wasn't certain.
Yes.
Got
It was my number one game growing up, man. I remember everything from that.
It's got some other great geographic features, but
Nope.
as no plateaus, yeah. Probably want to avoid the copyright. Anyway,
While we make our way there, since we have some dragon scales and some other money, I know that we have an order out right now with Vulcan, but probably send another. Just occurred to me that we could probably get some armor made for several of our companions that we keep dragging into the mix with us.
I think that's a
occurred to me
really
we
good
probably
idea.
should have thought of that earlier.
Probably.
Honestly, I'm feeling a little guilty about it at this moment.
Yeah, can we
I mean-
please get full on some armor? This
Hold
poor
on,
man.
full bug.
bro, just can't hide the guns. I get it.
Look, the guns are appreciated.
I don't know what those
Uh.
are, but I've heard them referenced. I don't know why I'd have that frame of reference. The broadswords out here, always shining.
Back on the menu,
The
boys.
longbows.
Well, question: if we're sending things out, does our nymph friend have hair to offer?
Well, I think we have all those instruments.
you all look at. Actually, you don't.
Oh, we don't?
One of
Got
them was
the Gorgon
sacrificed.
stuff from the lady that killed or tried to kill your mom.
Well, so Gorgon stuff, absolutely you can. Specifically with the instruments, you'll remember when you first got to Mitros, Calliope had to give up. Yes, Calliope had to give up one of the instruments to be part of the ritual
Yep.
to stop the storm. What is my own game? I completely forgot everyone's names. But yeah, I had to give it over to Kira.
Oh, yeah, I have to pocket some of these scales too.
Or what?
For my recipe.
Your recipe for?
Vulcan gave me a recipe. And
Yeah.
scales of a full-grown true dragon, and I'm pretty sure this is the biggest true dragon.
Guidance of a Gigan, Scales of a Dragon, a gift from the Titans.
I mean, you did hear that.
And
This is messed up, but you did hear Hexia say that your mom was a gift.
Cool.
Could take apart.
Mom and I have a lot to talk about when she's not.
You could take like a toe, man.
No, we're not taking one of my mom's
Well,
toes.
it says specifically, a gift from the Titans need their work and materials blessed by the twats. So I don't think the statue of Threnos'
That's
mom
fair.
was blessed by the Titans.
So you gotta
Depends on
find.
what blessed me.
So you gotta find something that was probably given to somebody by the Titans.
And then I think the last
Isn't
part
that
sounds like
just,
star metal.
Isn't that just Threnos? He was given to his mom by a Titan?
Hmm.
I am the gift.
I'm my
Wow.
own gift.
My presence is a gift.
Presence is the
Just saying.
presence. And
I'm
presence.
listening to a book where it's like specifically about manipulating the Greek gods right now, and I can see through their contract.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this isn't a contract. This is a shopping list, but I got you.
Same thing.
This isn't a
Contract to myself.
contract. But yeah,
Anyway, full on Bulldog, if we did have more dragon scale mail, you could make use of that, couldn't you?
sure. Yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to wear it. necessarily. I would say, like, from a mechanical standpoint, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to wear it. It's just like they don't have like class levels to get proficiency in martial stuff, so it probably wouldn't be able to be like, here is plate mail. But you know, you can look into some stuff. We can figure it out. Give them a little +2 or something.
Get 2 more of those made, and I don't know what else we even need.
Well, you probably just want to get a list going, as you have to wait for the nymph to return, because that was the contact method. It should be soonish.
I think it's.
Because you
We paid for express service.
You did. I'll double check everything as it goes on, but assume
Sure,
you can
overnight delivery.
assume you can get you got an accelerated rate, and I'll do some math while you can, you have your shopping list going, and you can have that for when it comes back.
Yep. Well, that's pretty much it. I was just kind of filling space, and to the new to Indigo Island tomorrow. I will sit up with Eliana, her company, as long as she's putting my mom back together. Does not look at me irritated. I do appreciate this a lot, Eliana.
And I appreciate you keeping Cassius at bay so that they do not climb all over me and mess up the process.
I just want to see. Let me see.
And they are just a fucking squiggly little worm in your arms.
Absolutely.
They're problem child.
Actually, while you're working, I assume everyone has gone out and about, unless folks are sticking around. You'll hear a kind of knock on the frame of the doorway, so to speak. Hello, I'm not interrupting anything, am I? Oh my, that's quite the statue you have there.
It's my mother.
Oh, yes, sorry. This is Oath, by the way, who I know.
Oh, I knew right away.
Oh, I'm glad.
I know that not slut.
Why the not slut?
What a title.
I
That's what he is in my notebook. Will not sleep with me. Not a slut.
He's just playing hard to get.
He could, in
I
fact, not be
figured it.
interested in women at all. I haven't even asked.
Anyway, yes, I actually I was meaning to talk with, Eliana here, sorry, is that not, I've really only heard it, seen it written down. I don't think we've ever actually spoken.
It's Eliana. It's close enough. I'm
Oh,
sure.
no.
Your accent.
Okay,
is,
got you. Yes, of course. When you get a moment, I see this is very delicate work and important. I was hoping to discuss the old wizard with you. I'll be in my quarters. Busy work, you know. Anyway, leave you to it, and he leaves.
I'm gonna look over at Thronos for a moment. A little questioningly.
Idea what that was about?
Not really, unless it's about Chandris.
You do remember you do have a babbling old wizard in Oath's room.
That's okay, yeah, because there are 2 of them.
Chandris is not a babbling old wizard. Chandris is
Chandris is
a priest of Lutheria who happens to have a spellbook, but you have a different spellbook you acquired that is from the person that Oath has been calling Enigma, because he has no idea what he's saying or who this guy is. But he's always going on about his spellbook. Just a frame reference. The other person you broke out of Yonder.
Mm-hmm.
Eliana, is it awful that I almost forgot about that guy?
She's gonna kind of go back to the statues, like, because she kind of did too, but she is not going to admit that.
I mean, we've actually collected quite a few companions along this trip.
Right, in the morning I should be... Well, it might take an extra day, only because I can only perform the magic to bring... She's just gonna kind of like look at the statue because she's not... me, the player, is not remembering Mother Dearest's name.
Estrella.
Freya, thanks. I had to go check my notes.
Wow! Alright,
I've always called her mom. You mean mom?
To bring back your mother, although the same magic could possibly break that wizard's madness. However, I still require the magic's sacrifice of diamond dust. But I'm sure from all of our things, I'm sure we could come up with something.
Collected quite a bit. Very little other uses for it. So.
Well, it can be used for a multitude of things. Diamonds can, along with most revivification magic. Should anyone fall or prevent issues with small dragons getting into tussles like Hexia.
Yeah. Appreciated. It's good. It's... I don't know. I want you to know we appreciate you a lot.
I know. Speaking on the dragons, how's your egg doing?
Very cold. Pull the egg out that I'd have with me anytime I'm on the boat.
Where did you pull that from?
Well, you know. Not sure what to expect or when something's going to happen. We spent a lot of time up in the crow's nest. Feeling a bit overdone, though, at this point, I guess. Didn't think I'd have a nesting instinct, but I kind of did.
Perhaps it's the effeminate side of you. But
Pull out a
perhaps
little ugly pile of nest.
it's like
Put
a
this
pigeon's
together.
nest, a couple of sticks.
It looks like a pigeon's nest. It's like 4 sticks barely woven together.
Perhaps it's not the nest or the egg. It seems to be that these have hatched when we have more belief or hope or whatever word you want to use to invigorate your own spark as well as its. Perhaps for too long you've dwelled on your past.
Well, there's not as much reason to be, I guess, as frustrated, and yet there's more reasons to be frustrated. I don't know, it's a lot of information, a lot that's changed. Having my mother here close, so close. A huge change. The opportunity to finally get some answers that I've never had. At least the right answer instead of the lie, the wrong one. You're right, it is reason for hope. It is reason for something Good.
Perhaps focus on that in this proverbial maelstrom in your mind.
Can I share with you something that I've not told the others? I think I've picked out a name.
Oh,
I think I'll call them when they hatch in Comia. It's a song of praise.
I'm sure I'll be a good fit.
It'll be a reason to celebrate. Well, do you need anything to drink, eat, hungry? I can get something and come back.
No, I'm fine. I'm surprised you didn't tell Calliope. And she's just kind of like that, like kind of waiting for a response, like juicy response. She's got an inkling.
I don't know. I feel like I'd just bother her.
I don't think Calliope would feel bothered by you telling her your potential dragon's name, especially when she has.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna go get a snack, and I will just leave.
Yeah. So, anyone else have anything immediately that I'd like to do or discuss? Because I got someone I gotta talk to. Actually, I got two things.
Two things?
I'd love to know what Defira is up to right now.
That scares me that you used that voice and accent.
I didn't say it anyway.
Yes, you did.
I
scrutinize everything,
have so
Kurt.
many accents. It's hard to keep track of them.
Mm-hmm.
Defera would probably have hung out for a little bit, watching the puzzle that is Thronos' mom get put back together.
Understanding my mom is hard enough.
Yeah. She'd hung out there for a few, probably wandered around. Like, she's not doing anything particular. She's probably, if we're heading towards the end of a day, she's probably heading to relax and head to sleep.
Perfect. I'll say as you're settling down then, a voice creeps into the back of your mind like a trapdoor spider. Hello, little Defera. Oh, Granny Martha is so glad you keep channel open so I may speak to you. Oh, Decima, say how happy we are. Oh, yes, Decima is saying how very happy we are, but cannot hear because only Granny Martha is speaking to you now. Oh, how are you, darling? Are you eating more?
Doing good. We just fought a dragon. Very tired. This is very late.
Good. Late, of course. The sleepy times, naturally. Oh, you must be so tired. Granny Martha would not keep you up for too long. Granny Martha merely wanted to know that Granny Martha sees you have what we need as part of our agreement, and are bringing them back to Granny Martha like the beautiful little baby you are. Oh, the fairy is such a good girl. You make Granny Martha so happy.
Mm-hmm. She's going to sound physically pained.
Granny Martha, oh no, Granny Martha, that'll make you no stew. You sound a little sick, perhaps from dragon fight. Oh, it was a big scary dragon, certainly.
Little horse. We have a couple more stops, I think, that we're making.
Oh, don't take too
Very
long. Oh, but it takes so long. You know how Nonna hates to wait.
Mhm.
And you swear, even though Granny Morta is the only one talking, you hear the chatter of teeth on teeth in the distance. You make us wait for so long.
Listen, here's the... Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like there are other options.
Options.
Just
Give you
to
a task. We made the oath.
Just to hold you over.
Hold us over? Oh, we have...
Just until we have some things happening here. I mostly...
having happening.
I'm
Oh, tell Granny Morta. Granny Morta is interested.
So, question. If the nymph, if she's just willing, say she's like, yeah, I'll take one for the world. Is that possible? She doesn't have to come to you guys under duress, correct?
Oh, no, my sweet baby, the Fera. We care not how you get the nymph to us, as long as she is alive. Then we will have our supper. You can stay and have some if you like. But Granny Morta will see to it our end is fulfilled as soon as she is safely in our cauldron.
Oh man, the connection's breaking up.
Oh.
Oh jeez.
Oh no! As long as you don't forget. Oh, yes, of course. It is very hard to speak to you all of a sudden because people are in the room. Don't worry, it is psychic. We are
really
all
over here. I can't.
Fair.
It's just the sound of the waves in the boat. It's like we hit a thing.
Yeah, we hit a magic dead spot.
There's
scrambling for the magic mute button.
there's silence. Do not
She's gonna go silent too.
Do not break our oath, silly girl. You'll know the pain it will cause you.
Mm-hmm.
Too much has been taken from you already. Don't add more to it.
You. I'll work on it.
Granny Morta knows you will. Goodbye. Sleep tight.
Bye.
If you sail past us again, oh, well, there will be words.
All right. Good night.
Goodbye. Oh.
Bye. Okay.
How do I stop this?
She is. There is an absolute stress to her, where she is like, yeah, okay, all right. So I'm gonna have to figure this out. All right. Well, and she's gonna like roll over like back to the door, like staring at the wall, and she's just, there is gonna be probably zero sleep for her.
And then, Leo.
Yeah.
What are you doing while this is all going on?
I think I'm on the deck, most likely, training with Hexia. Just because bad stuff keeps happening, and it's my fault. And so, yeah, we're just training, basically.
Well, I'll say as you're starting your bout, you'll kind of hear it. Excuse me, could I join you? It's Yola.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Yeah, sorry, I I just figured I wanted to get involved a bit more.
Are you sure? You took a nasty spill last time.
It's just, you knock someone's legs out and yeah, they fall down. But I was there when we all killed the dragon, so...
No, well, I was there too. Didn't get to see much action, but, sometimes
Yeah,
that's
well...
how it
It was really far away.
goes, right?
Anyway, I guess I figure maybe if I can train with you a bit more, the others will stop wanting to send me back to my father.
Well, your father is very demanding, I think.
Yeah, that's why you can't let me back. I'm never gonna get to see the sun after what I've pulled here.
Hey, you're your own person. You can do whatever you want.
That's what I'm trying to tell you all.
But, if it endangers us and the crew, then that's when we have to discuss things.
Dangerous? Okay, well, I mean, as long as I'm on your ship, it's fine. Okay? Maybe the more you let me go out and fight, the better I'll be.
We'll see.
I mean, I talked to Bulbug and everything, and he said he's been getting a lot better at hitting things.
Yes. But he has a big axe.
Okay, get me a big axe.
No. You're not ready for that.
Then make me ready for a big axe.
All right. And then, yeah, Leo just, pulls his sword and it's like,
You
let's
have
go.
training weapons if you
Yeah.
don't have to use actual kind of speed through this. I'll say you're pretty consistently beating her. Stat wise, there's really no comparison. She's getting hits in, and it's not like she's a complete slouch, but this is absolutely someone who is outmatched, and she's clearly getting frustrated with that.
No, I think, and then after each one, I always reach out. It's like, all right, get up, let's go again, and then just try to encourage her. And it's like, you'll always have someone tougher. Remember that.
Yeah, well, not if I get abandoned and have to be looked after constantly. I mean, do you know what it's like just to be locked away for most of your life?
I do. Strangely enough.
I'm sorry, you're human, right? You can't be older than 20, 25? I don't know. I got called a kid, and I reacted poorly to that.
It's okay. I'm more in the 500 range. It's a long story, but...
Can you shorten it? Because I don't know how I'm supposed to look at you and not be anything but, confused.
I also was in a situation similar to yours. But unfortunately, I also ran away. I might be a bad example here, but I do know it might come and bite me in the butt.
Okay. So, same thing's probably gonna happen to me. If we just sail around my father's area and I'm allowed to stay on the ship, then yeah, it might suck later, but we'll save the world by then, so I mean, that's something. I'll go back under a rock just fine, if I could have saved the world in the meantime.
I don't think your dad will give us that time. But we are heading back in that direction. We have to take some detours. So we'll get you home eventually, like we promised your father. After then, whatever happens, happens. I know you don't want to go back. I don't want to take you back. But
if you could say something, I don't know. Between you and DeFer are close. I mean, the two of you both seem to want me around. DeFer won't really talk to me one-on-one though. So I don't know. Maybe you could talk to her and.
Yeah.
That's like 2 of 6 of you making decisions, and someone else here has got to feel like I don't have to be back. Borghill trained with me. She knows.
That one's a wild card. They will just do what they want and not respect authority.
Okay. Well, I could. Yeah. Me too. I could be an Amazon.
You could. Dang it. Stop it.
No.
I'm trying to be, the mature one here.
Well, you better be. You're 500 whatever years old.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Hard not to be. How are you not dead?
I was basically kept alive by someone I trusted.
Oh, that doesn't sound bad. That sounds good.
I was, basically locked up in a tower.
Okay, yeah, now that I get. Yeah, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I got it out of there. And now, what?
I'm just, wow. I guess everyone on your crew is just off with ages. No wonder Birdbrain thought I was a kid. Frame of reference, I kind of am, aren't I?
It's okay. We're all dealing with our own things.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to come out here and beg. I did want to train. I'll see you around.
Okay. You did a good job.
Thank you. And yeah, as she leaves, I think what we're gonna do. Oh, hi Raiders. Just in time.
This keeps happening to you. How?
We have been going for a bit now, an hour and 40, so we're a little bit over the mark. I usually like to hit the break, but we're gonna take a real quick 5-10 minute break. Please stick around. We have a lot more juicy stuff happening. And yeah. Anyway, Michelle, please take us to break. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you took care of yourself during that break. We're going to jump right back in. I believe somebody's got to talk to somebody about something. Fame would like to fill in that. Mad Lib.
What a good Mad Lib, Turk. A+. I think Borghild would wait for a moment to talk with Pythor after smacking him in the face.
Very wooed.
But if given the opportunity, she would... I don't know if she would seek him out, but want to talk with him, but also not want to look like she's trying to, like, want to talk to him. Just trying to look cool about it.
Very well,
She's still angry.
Yeah, well, he's just hanging around the ship, so if you want to...
Pythor, do you have a moment?
Sure, yeah.
I
I'll
know
go-
you're busy, like, rowing and stuff. But
No,
like,
it's fine.
not-
Uh,
sorry, everyone. Sorry.
he gets up out of the seat. It's not like the progress halts the ship or anything, but, you know. His crewmates look like they're actually putting in effort now.
Everyone starts to glisten just a little bit more and furrows their brows.
Everyone else on the oar was just like, oh, geez, okay, I guess break's over.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't do this often, but I feel like I owe you an apology for snapping a little bit earlier. But also, I'm still mad at you about it. So I'm sorry.
You're sorry you're mad at me.
Still mad. I'm not sorry that I'm mad at you. No, I feel that that's very warranted.
Okay. You're sorry that you hit me because you were mad, but you're not sorry that you were mad.
Sure. Put it that way.
I'm just confused here.
I think I might also be confused and frustrated because I'm finding it hard to comprehend why anyone would willingly hamstring themselves or give themselves a lesser version of their life, the life that was intended for them. And I don't...
You don't understand why the Oath of Peace exists.
Right.
You weren't here, of course.
I have literally been here for only a few years at this point.
Okay, yes. You were on Themis. Of course, that's... The buildings there are quite nice.
Yeah.
Those wouldn't exist. The Amazons fought with us. They fought with the Dragonlords. Mitros, the capital city, Astoria. They were tents and hovels and cuts out of the rock. We were at war with some people who controlled our dreams in the sky above us. "500 years to build, to grow, to have children and raise them to without having to put a weapon in their hands."
Is that really true, though? Because since I've been here, I've been brutally assaulted, attacked, stabbed, turned to stone by the people who said they were going to care for me and help me out, and, like, just because you said, okay, I won't do anything about it, doesn't mean that, like, bad stuff still isn't happening.
Of course.
And it's still being done by the Titans. Or their children in their stead.
Do you want divine punishment for every problem?
No, I want divine answers for problem. Like,
That's what my...
You and your sister have been on this boat, but all of those people were turned to stone on that island for who knows how long.
Yeah. And you'd have me endanger everyone for 15 people? When this oath ends, and I hope we're able to stop them before it does, you will see how terrible the Titans can be. I'll remind you, to get this, all the other Dragonlords died. We were playing defense the entire time they all sailed to Praxis. I'm sorry that I can't go about smacking everyone who is hurting people. Believe me, I would love to. I'm the god of strength and battles. I can't fight anybody. I was sitting on a throne, getting drunk for years because I didn't know what else to do. You all are heroes of prophecy, so I'm sorry that you've been put in a tough situation, but that's how fate works, I suppose. Gives you all the chance to make the world a better place, and leaves me with my hands tied, knowing that as soon as I break out of them, everyone around me who I care about will start dying and getting hurt, and starving, and not being able to sleep, and having everything they care about washed out to sea. Sorry, I shouldn't be. It's frustrating, yes, but we've done what we can. With what we have, we've done what we can. If that's not good enough for you, I'm sorry.
Where I'm from, all of the gods that we know of are stone. And they chose to be stone rather than to simply own up to the fact that what would be our version of Titans tricked them. So instead, they just live on as statues. As someone who's been a statue, I can tell you that that's some punk bullshit. Like, they chose that life, and you chose this one, I guess. And I'm just... There are shrines dedicated to you. And there are people who would prostrate themselves before you, and your sister, and all the other people that I think are gods, allegedly.
It's my family.
Right. And I don't know. I'm having issue with reconciling that these all-powerful beings of story and legend aren't that.
I think my sister would be the
Like,
better
why?
one.
I just, why does it fall to us? Like, everyone here thinks Leo's the leader, and I've seen him hit, like, 2 things. I'm pretty sure Defera's up to something weird because she's been acting weird for 3 days straight. Kronos' mom, who you didn't sleep with, but Sidon did, has been a statue made to be a puppet for who knows how long. I just... You're leaving the world saving to people when you're
You mean what, Brent? I'm sorry.
to be
Oh, fuck, sorry.
I'm trying to intake Drosely.
On you. Wait a minute. Oh no. No, it's not.
Am I
Cornell, you're all of Discord. I think it's all of Discord.
did it restart?
Hello there.
Yeah, there we go. Oh. Okay, I think Discord's better. It looks like Discord just...
Hello?
Hi, yes, I can hear you now. Sorry, but right back into it.
Okay.
Go.
Tell me when I broke.
Like... Ooh.
That doesn't make me feel better.
You were really into it. You were really, like, it was pretty much just that last bit, and I was, like, trying to cut in. So just start from, just wherever.
Robots are here, everyone. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh no, I'm so flustered. God damn it, Discord. Basically, just you're leaving it people. Like, to normal, mortal people who can only gain so much power or experience in their lives. Like, I did not come here in search of a prophecy being bestowed upon me. I came here looking for lands in which we could farm. And now everyone I came here with is dead, and I'm just supposed to save this world? Like, I'm just trying to find farmland. I'm trying to find a safe place for my people to go.
How do you think we got here?
How did you get here? I don't know.
We were looking for a safe place to be. You think your story is unique? You should have asked any of those elves how they ended up on that island. Washed up off of the shore after they were attacked by the Kentamane. All the stone hands.
You were also shipwrecked here?
Well, no, I mean... Not me specifically, but that's how everyone who's here has gotten here one way or another. Not the races that the Titans made, though, I mean. But humans, elves, dwarves, halflings. You're not saying any kind of disapproving statement that I haven't told myself. But that's the terms of the Oath of Peace. You've been dealing with the powers that the Titans have in excess of what they can already do themselves. We've done what we can, but you see how we're hamstringed not just by the terms of the oath. I don't know what you want from this.
Hello? Is someone trying to, like, come through your ceiling?
Hello, Mitchell. Bye.
It's like, hi, I'd also like to lodge a complaint about the god.
What's
I'm coming to your
happening?
house to tell you, what are you doing?
but yeah, I'm not sure what you want from this. You're going to be okay. I believe the
Morgan will
prophecy.
stand there completely bloodied from the fight earlier today in front of him. Like, you know when you get to camp in Baldur's Gate 3 and everyone looks like a heap of shit? It's like that.
He also looks like a heap of shit. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's not going to be without a fight. You want a prophecy that requires zero effort, that you can just kind of sleep your way through?
Kind of.
Find new gods. Find some overactive gods who won't let you do anything you don't want them to do.
You are a new god. My
People?
gods are stone. Literal stone people because they were too stupid to understand that they were being tricked. And they turned themselves to stone so they wouldn't die.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know your gods. But I believe in the prophecy. I believe the 500 years of sacrifice that we've made will be worth it. I'm sorry it falls on your shoulders. There was a way to make sure you were perfectly safe and unharmed. I'd do it if I could let you out of these lands. Absolutely. We can't even face Kentamane. We couldn't even possibly think of doing that even while we were at our power. So, you will all very likely surpass us. Surpass the Titans, surpass the Five. And then every problem you have with how we handled things, you can do better. Oh. Stay angry, I guess. That's where your strength comes from.
Thor, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be frustrated. All I want is for you to be the person everyone says you are. When they're praying to you in their churches, when they're angry with their mom and just want to win a fight, and so they pray to you that night before bed. Like, I don't want you to be anything but yourself.
If I could, without killing you all, absolutely. When they pray to me, I listen, and I do what I can. It is within my bounds to give strength. But I can't fight. That's what you want. You want this avenging angel to flow with divine power through all of you. I can't do that. But I guess I can be here as your punching bag. So, like I said, stay angry because apparently it makes you really dedicated. And if you're disappointed in me, fine, be disappointed. Be better than me. I can't be the thing people pray to be because I made sure there were 500 years for people to farm and raise a family, that they can have a mother who is not killed and put on the battlefield. I gave up everything I loved so that you all could grow. I'm sorry you're disappointed with what I gave you. I lost someone who was very dear to me today because they were an idiot. I'm a little done with apologizing, I suppose. Because life is hard.
glad you're done with apologizing. Because you've done a lot of it since I've gotten here. And Borghild is just gonna walk off and leave him with that.
Cool. Anyway, anything else from people for this fine evening of RP?
As soon as Borghild walks by, Thranos is going to go, I know, right?
If Thranos actually did that, I think she would glare at him and be like, everyone just needs to fuck off. And just, like, walk to wherever her hammock is below deck to scream loudly into a blanket.
I think.
God damn it, Tony. God damn it.
Right before, not right before, but probably as close to before everybody's waking up as possible. I would say maybe like an hour or two, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
DeFera is going to be staring at the ceiling of the boat and just not able to rest, not able to like really sleep. And she's gonna hop down from her hammock, and as quietly as possible sneak over to Leo's. And she's just gonna like whisper really quietly, scoot over a little bit.
I think he's gonna do it without waking up.
And she will crawl into the hammock with him and just kind of, like, in that nook space, like, cuddle up and curl in. Leo, I can't sleep, so if you could just, I don't know, just lay with me and let's just pretend like none of the last 24 hours has happened.
Okay. And then he puts his arm around you.
And she will absolutely pass out, like, hard sleeping.
Hey, it's been a long couple of days. He's tired.
Okay. Anything else? Or okay. At the dawn of the... No, that's not the right one.
What does that mean?
I want to get a right vibe. That works. The dawn of the next day arises, and as the sun crests over the edge of the end of the world, the fog, you hear calls for land in the distance. Gliding through clear blue waters towards a rocky and verdant shore, a crescent archipelago to the south creates a lagoon between the sea and main. Through the clear green waters of the lagoon, you see jagged rocks and coral reefs that must be carefully avoided. And you have arrived at Indigo Island.
Doesn't look particularly indigo-ish.
I don't believe it was meant to be based off the whole coloration. I'm glad everybody else is on this little trip. DM, did I God damn it. HP.
Anyway, question.
Flames! That was the last one!
Did I finish our puzzle?
We could say you've made a great deal of progress, and you feel confident that pretty much so, yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
But yeah, anything else, or?
At the moment, no.
Okay. As the Ultros continues to sail forward and in, you begin to see various small fishing vessels and other ships scatter around the lagoon. They keep a good distance from you. Damn you all. And seem to be more pontoon-style boats than a proper sailing ship, though along the edge of the coast you do see like proper sailing ships have been dragged up onto the sand. Someone on the crew who is more knowledgeable will probably approach Calliope, knowing that you're the person to know things. This is likely where a lot of the raiders raiders of the coast come from. And where those pirates likely came from who tried to attack our ship.
Huh.
I've heard tale that Indigo Island is famed for its many tribes of ferocious warriors who have once fought with the native races against the Dragonlords. It seems they still hold a grudge, or at the very least, that's how they're feeding themselves.
Yeah. So I guess
Seems like information to
the
have told
question
us on
as
the
a
way.
player, like I'm so confused then because like this is Mitras's constellation. I don't know.
I'm sorry. You think every constellation perfectly links up to exactly what's going to be on the island?
I guess that's a
Yes.
silly thing to think. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
Listen, y'all, I've had a long day.
you're
I hear
fine.
pontoons, and I'm just thinking, like, there's a bunch of people out here partying? Question mark?
Pontooning?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite activities.
There's like a whole country song. It's like the Redneck Yacht Club, and it's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it's a great place. I don't know if you've been, but it's
So,
wild.
Now I'm like, yo, what do we even want to do here?
You see some of the fishing boats approach, getting closer, as a number of halflings give you a wave. They are interesting in that their skin is covered in a blue tattoo ink that seems to swirl and show depictions of what seems to be a kind of undersea creature.
I'm gonna point out to Thranos. There it is.
Oh.
I'm going to assume there's some form of stone or something that gives off the blue hue in the tattoos, and hence the name.
Makes sense. Do you think we should just ask them about what we're looking for? I know that seems to be the first question sometimes and doesn't always lead to good results, but
I guess we could ask if we have permission to come ashore.
they're probably going to ask us what we want. Really clarified that?
Sure haven't.
They're just kind of hanging out and around the boat. They're checking you out, but they haven't done anything.
about 20 seconds before they start asking questions first.
Yeah, like kind of flag.
Hey,
Yeah, flag one down.
you know what you're gonna say when he gets over here?
Greetings!
I'm working on it.
How are you now?
Good, and you?
Oh, not so bad. The catch is good. The catch is good. You got quite the ship.
God damn it. I fucking love Letterkenny so much. And I'm glad this is the reference to that.
They're really biting today.
Good news. We were wondering if it's okay if we were to come ashore.
I don't see why not. No, we could stop you.
Well, because you said that we saw, like, pirate ships all messed up.
Not messed up. They are, like, brought onto the sand so they don't get, like, washed out.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
it's just like, oh,
Well, you're lucky to have found us first, friend. Tribal eels, good folk. Not like those damn dolphiners. They'd string you up.
I'm gonna just, like, kind of that whole look over to...
Dolphins bad, eels good.
What's her name?
Yola.
Yola? Yeah.
I don't know anything about any dolphins being bad in particular, but...
No, but you have turned into one. Do your people...
No.
Because she's
often?
turned into a dolphin. Jesus, Eliana.
You can't just have people
You can't just assume that since she can turn into a
asking
dolphin
a
that she's
genuine
part of the
question.
bad dolphin
I don't
group.
know if that's her people's
No!
thing.
This
I
is
don't
not
know.
a conversation we're going to continue. Get the eel's name.
Do you guys need me to ask the eel's name?
Anyone can ask whatever as Thranos and Eliana are bickering. Or at least Thranos is making noises.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
They're not actual eels. They have
Actually,
tattoos.
eels.
They have tattoos of eels.
Oh,
Oh my god!
I love-
I'm gonna know.
No!
I know.
To be fair,
They're just halflings.
Sorry, I missed the tattoo part. You guys know my Discord is doing great right now.
It's fine. I still like this.
It just fit with the bit, that's all.
They're all talking to these halflings. Give me a second. I gotta cast Speak with Animals. Sorry, but
Fuck
you
you guys.
can
I'll
approach.
talk
You approach the halfling.
They're speaking common, it's just an accent.
They're just Irish.
They're like,
Okay. Anyway,
Irish
I feel like this is
Canadian.
where
Think
Bark's
about the
becoming, like-
Irish.
Barkheld's like a star who's like cobalt.
Yeah.
And the
look,
animals.
the pontoon
No.
parade over there are the dolphins, not the eels.
God.
Anyway, you want to approach them and ask them a question. I assume somebody.
Yeah.
So
Listen,
do you
were
people
all
use
for this, Bark.
names?
That's all you, man.
Of course. Do you know it?
Yeah. What are your names?
Oh, I'm Mugboard. This is Jilly Boop.
Nice to meet you, my board Jillyboop. I'm Borghild Hullharn.
Kind of fit.
Fantastic. A pleasure. If you'd want, we could show you to the chiefess.
That would be quite helpful.
I'll be happy to. Happy to. Just be a neighborly.
Alright, yeah, we'll take a dinghy.
Sure. Yes.
Yes.
Who is coming on board?
Probably the usuals.
Well, yeah, but the usuals are more prepared for a fight. I think we need some
Fine.
of the
We're
more
we'll
diplomatic contingent.
Oh, did we bring some? We're getting a little change in the lineup.
Yeah, but who are the diplomats of our
I don't know. We
crew?
haven't used any of the other NPCs. We don't know what their special skills are.
Yeah.
You know what? Because this is Mommy Dearest Island, we definitely got to take the two.
You want to bring Kira and Pythor along?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All
Like I
right.
said, oh god, bringing Kira with us.
Of course you're bringing me along. Remember?
Yeah,
Kira? Yeah, we haven't talked in forever.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
How's the book
You're looking
coming?
good. Oh, it's going great. Not going to do a book format, though. Going to use the papyrus scroll. It's a lot more effective,
Good plan.
especially for when I have to make Calliope eat it. It's not part of the bet. I just, I think it'd be fun.
I'm gonna leave that one there.
One finger. I'm going to hit you with all 5.
I
That's
gave
the kind
Calliope a fist bump for that middle finger to a god.
All in good fun. All in good fun.
Of course. And she'll throw an arm around you. And right. Anyway, I'm going. Exciting.
Yes, yeah, very exciting. Who else?
You know,
Let me
Good.
look through our friends list.
Yola, Chandris, Loris. You can bring Steros the Jankan.
I think we should probably keep Yola close just so nothing bad happens.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Probably.
I love that you said Chandris like we would ever consider that.
We're not letting him out of his hole. We're not sure how he will be around other people.
You have Lorius.
Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting about him.
He hasn't forgotten about you. He
I
never
know.
forget you.
Don't say that, Turk. That makes me feel bad.
He actually hasn't met
I
you.
don't know them.
You don't know them.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
he
know
saw
them.
you, and let me
He's a
tell you,
theater friend.
he thinks you're real swell.
Hmm.
He's a little guy, and that's why I feel like he would not do well in combat.
I don't know. He's got magical resistance to all spells.
True.
If we-
Resistance does not constitute immunity.
Look, if we do
He
get
is-
in a fight and we lose one, would we rather lose one whose storyline we haven't started exploring yet, or one that we like?
I'm not going to touch that. I'm just going to move forward.
Anyway, right now we have Pythor, Kira,
Right, but how dare you say that out loud?
Look,
the
we
Dragon
will,
Babies, and Yola.
we will main Lorius in the group next playthrough.
The next playthrough.
Mm-hmm. When you can go down his romance tree.
Okay.
I think Iola'd be a good one.
Yes.
Uh, I suppose that's a good group. We need more of a contingent than that.
Nah, what could go wrong?
Leo, when you say things like that.
Look, one of us has to be an optimist.
Sorry. Anyway.
Hey!
If anyone wants to bring anyone else, that's fine. I just think we should be a little bit more diplomatic this time, I guess. I don't know why. It feels right.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Everyone going ashore?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Quick clarification, Pythor and Kira, if things go wrong here and we do have to get in a fight, could you do anything at all? Like
Probably.
support roles, right?
Protect ourselves. A little bit here and there. I mean, we won't be able to have access to our divine power or anything, but I can do something, probably. Be in the way.
Won't be in the way.
No, I mean, like, if someone tries to hit you, I will stand in front of them.
Oh, of course, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, you know, I could just get away with maybe something. Well, be careful.
All right. May have been a bad idea, but let's go.
But yeah, you head ashore easily enough, and quickly find yourself in and amongst the tribe of the eel. Their area is pretty simple. You know, it looks like they are a heavy fishing village who have built themselves up on some elevated platforms, but it is cozy. And if there were a time to, I'm gonna look at the Discord and start giggling, or anyway, if ever there were a time to have a discussion about how hobbits live, now would be it. But in a more Grecian tropical sense. So you're kind of shown to a communal area where there's a big fire built, and a lot of people are, you know, drying out and or smoking or roasting fish as need be. The smell is delicious. Wide variety of sea life has been gathered here. Crustacean to all kinds of weird ooky thing. Even clams are roasting. But yeah, they're really having a clam jam here.
There's a clam jam?
It's a clam jam going on.
All right.
So, but yeah, it's kind of your scene if you'd like. They mentioned that they're going to get the chiefess over here, and you'll be there as you can be.
So, should we be concerned about, you know, the not good tribe that direction?
The other tribes of the island are a little less welcoming, I think. Well, so you see, there's Tribe of the Shark. They got a good mix of folk, but they're really into the raiding part of things. They just like taking stuff, I think. Not very nice. Tribe of the Dolphin. Oh gosh, they are real mean. They're all elves, and they'll I don't know how they come out of the woods, and it is people to God. Real scary stuff. If you, like I said, if you had run into them first, they would have strung you. Something, I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't have. You're all pretty big, but. And then inland somewhere, there's the dwarves, the tribe of the whale. They make all of our weapons, and you see brandish. Not so for reference, you've all been using bronze and copper or bronze style weapons, and holds a knife made of iron. So it's shining in a very different color than you're used to. And while we've used quote unquote long swords and other things like that as common parlance, these are all kopesh, you know, these are all Zephos and Gladises and other kind of things. This is a straight up like fantasy knife. You gotta put it in your player heads. I'll stow that.
A knife.
Oh.
That's
Yes.
quite impressive. You said it's the dwarves that do all of this?
Yeah, well, they're working off of whatever iron ore's still left in their mine. Barely any left. But I think Delg's wearing it still.
I mean, it's very nice around here. You guys have a good place.
Yes, it is. Well, you know, we came here a long time ago when everyone was still figuring and settling things out. And, well, we says to ourselves, well, what's the harm in trying to be not neighborly with everyone else? Well, and, of course, I figured if everyone get together, it'd be even nicer. But, well, dragons make that hard.
Drags make that hard?
Dragons!
Dragons!
Well,
Sorry, I thought you said drags.
Oh, I mean, they are dreadfully big.
Dragons
Really?
here or just other dragons?
Well, here, yeah, of course, but they used to be here too, according to the stories. Big, scary ones, not like the little ones you got there. Yeah, they were fighting against the Titans and all that. And they came over here, and, we said to ourselves, well, why do you have to be so mean against the folks who are here before you? And they said to themselves, well, why are you raiding our shipping lanes? So we says to themselves, well, now mind you, I didn't say any of this. This is actually just like grandpappy kind of saying these things to them. But, so he says to them, well, it's because we're doing our part to keep people here safe. And, well, they says we don't appreciate that much. And, well, they went off and all came back. But unfortunately, one of them did come back. The mean dragon came back and has been really mean the whole time.
So there is a dragon here.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't get that.
I'm picking up bits and pieces.
I think my chief Des will probably be able to explain it a lot better.
Sounds
And
swell.
at that, you're going to see through the clearing a number of short tattooed humanoids approach you. Their tiny faces contort themselves in expressions meant to convey menace. Their weapons remain sheathed. A middle-aged gnome approaches you with a confident stride. She wears an ornate headdress that nearly swallows her features. I, Chief Loopy Whoopy of the great tribe of the Eel, wish to welcome you to Indigo Island. Do you outsiders care to prove your might against my people's greatest warriors? Store your weapons. Testing your method requires no bloodshed.
Well, we certainly will participate in whatever customs and welcomes that would be appropriate.
Yes, of course.
One for each of you. And here's how this is going to work. You are all going to get into a fight as soon as I figure out this music.
We're all gonna get in a fight.
All right. I'll take Silly Billy.
Silly Billy?
Just point to one of them.
I mean, to be fair, no, I'm Silly
We're
Billy.
gonna fight. I can't speak with animals.
So, basically, I'm gonna need you to make an athletics, an attack roll of some kind, unarmed, because no weapons are being used here. They are not looking to trade blood with you, but rather blows. So if you want to make an athletics, acrobatics, or explain how you are otherwise overcoming your attacker, please let me know. And we can go in overlay order if you like. Because I will be rolling against you with the mighty berserkers that I have with me. Okay. Let me see what I got on mine. 8. That's an 11 for me. So, Leo, in the first opening bouts of this fist fight, you're going at a halfling, and you're able to keep them at distance. And using your height and reach to advantage, you're able to get them in a pretty fought back spot. So note that you have one success here. Next up, DeFera. What you rolling? How you fighting them?
This is not ideal for her particularly. So she's just, I will say, as she is like swinging fists, this is very much looks outside of anything that she would ever want and or choose to do. And I don't know that it would, well, no, I won't even suggest it. I was gonna say, like, I would assume she would also use, like, some of her petrifying gaze and, like, just the intimidation of her being a Medusa to try to give her a one-up, but I also don't want them to end up turning to stone if it goes poorly, so we're not gonna do that.
Okay. With a 5, you're having some difficulty as this gnome is just boom, 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 making speed bag out of your knees. just laying into it and dodging out of the way before you can make any progress to attacking them. That is going to be Calliope next.
Okay, I guess we're just doing this.
Mm-hmm.
23.
23. Oh my gosh, yeah. How are you approaching this? You just
Are we trying to pummel them? I don't know.
You're getting
It's just a little bit of.
Well, rope-a-dope.
Okay, yeah. Like we're not going too serious, but like I don't know.
You just you gonna go just fight in general?
Yeah.
Okay. Unarmed combat kind of goes down, and engaging in a grapple with someone half your size, you're able to very solidly gain a commanding grab and just start wailing into him. After a bit of hesitation and a quick little shot just to kind of enforce to you that this is real, you're able to get a dominating position there. Next up is the strongest of you all. Thrados, what you doing? You're facing Chief Loopy Whoopy.
What do you mean I'm facing Chief Loopy Whoopy?
You're facing Chief Loopy Whoopy. She said, I want that bird.
I'm gonna. Thranos is gonna get in a grapple position, and while slowly advancing, I'm going to cast Mage Hand to try and tap Chief Loopy Whoopy on the shoulder to give me some kind of shot, chance, some iota of a possibility that this connects.
Okay, I'll roll. I rolled 2. I'll take the lower.
Rolled 10.
With that, and me getting a 9.
Yes.
It
Get
turns
wrecked.
around. What? And then you quickly run in, punch to the back of the head. That brings us around to Eliana.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing? 23 unarmed strike. Yeah, it's absolutely going to beat theirs. And as it rolls in, is it just to safely assume you just take a pose and are just like really quick, effective strike?
Yeah, almost like, oh shit, these aren't like warrior words. Like, oh, this is like punching a kid. Shit.
They are actual fighters. You're just doing a lot better than I'm rolling right now. I gotta break this curse. Okay, here we go. I'm actually getting a roll above a 2 now. That is Borkilt.
Stop it. And I'm going to cast command on them.
First level spell, wisdom save, coming at you. That's a 5.
No.
So
that does
you,
not succeed.
it's like a drop or flee.
It's halt.
Halt. Okay, they just stop. All right, that's effectively.
Not in the mood. Sorry.
Back to Comrade. You got yours on the ropes. Want to give me one more check?
Yeah, let's do this. Oof, 11.
11 is not going to beat it. I got a 12. And you feel like you're in a pretty commanding position getting the fight in, and that is exactly when your leg gets swept out, and you get a quick shot to the chest as you go down to a knee. Going back over to Defera. You're in a difficult position. 13 still beats a 12. And you keep trying to make progress, and you're swinging, and like you feel like you're making some connections, but you still getting yourself worn down here, and it's now worked its way up to your hips, and it's starting to really hurt the joints. You know who that is? It's Calliope.
It's me. Do I do another athletics check?
If you like, yeah.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, no. You're solidly able, after getting a really solid few hits into the side, you're able to grab them, bring them over your head, and just kind of drop them back into a suplex, and they are, with a little flap of your wing for extra height, they are not getting up. You are effectively free to aid someone else with their battle as you wish. Running over to the Battle of the Century, Chief Loopy Whoopy versus Threnos.
Okay. Still in kind of grapple position, absolutely shocked that managed to land a punch. I will just try and grab both of Chief Loopy Whoopy's wrists or shoulders or whatever to grapple and release a shocking grasp.
Lethal.
It's not lethal.
Oh yes, non-lethal electrocution.
It's a muscle spasm. Before I do that, this is all in good fun. This is not at full power.
Okay.
How we
All
feel,
right.
DM? I'm not
just
trying to get myself in trouble. I'm just trying to succeed.
Doing a damaging thing might break the binds of this thing here.
Then I will use Mage Hand to try and slap Chief Loopy Whoopy while I have a hold of both their wrists.
Okay.
What can I roll for that?
That would be like an unarmed attack or athletics, acrobatics.
How about an Arcana to manipulate the spell in such a manner?
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, I'll take it. And I'll roll a 2!
So you go and smack the face, and it's not enough force. It's just really light, and just grabs your wrists and just turns them both out. Basically pulls yourself up and drop kicks you, donkey kicks you backward. That is Eliana. So a natural one isn't quite going to do it, as you are pretty confident getting into a spot. You overextend and you find yourself quickly pulled and yeet to the ground as you find your face first into the mud. Borghild, you also stopped your competitor. What would you like to do now?
Alden's gonna fly down onto my shoulder, and then I'm just gonna plug my ears. And as they let out a nice piercing screech, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
From how many people?
Just one, just the guy in front of me.
The one you held?
Yes.
Okay. Let me check their con. +3 is a 12.
Meets it, beats it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They would have received 3 psychic damage, but otherwise it's just real loud.
Just be careful with doing damage.
It didn't do any damage. Look, I'm so successful. But they would have been deafened for 1 turn, too. Had they failed. But they have not failed, and everything's fine.
All good. All is still fine. Brings us back around to Leo.
All right. I underestimated them, and that was a mistake. This time, I will not miss.
Hope so.
20.
Absolutely. Getting yourself back up into the ground, you manage to meet their force, guide them around, and are similarly able to quickly knock them in the gut and then throw them to the ground really quickly, taking them out of the fight, which allows you to move over to help someone else. But in the meantime, Defira!
She's just slapping.
Okay. I feel really bad. I rolled really well against you. Yeah, you're just in the air trying to slap, and you're just getting kicked into sides.
Yeah. She's over this, and she's confused as to why this is.
That's fair. Calliope, you're up and have no dance partner.
Yeah. I guess it's gonna be Calliope from the top rope, and we're gonna. I'll go after the one that's fighting Defera.
All right, you go to fight the one who fight Defera. 15 against there. Gonna be a little bit. 14. So yeah, you're able to come out and just get behind him and start wailing on them from the back. Clear off your friend. Area around you is quickly becoming a bit of a mud puddle here as the earth is torn up and you're all on a soft ground and getting dirty. Threnos.
Threnos, I'm gonna look down at the ground. Is it safe to say that in this area there's at least a wet enough place where shape water can be of use to me?
It's moist, yeah. It's real moist.
Very moist ground. I'm going to kind of take a couple steps back and very quickly freeze the water in front of Chief Loopy Whoopy as they come toward me next.
No, that's in the book. Loopy Whoopy, okay?
Hey, listen, I'm not doubting you.
All right.
But
make it with a disadvantage. Okay, of course I got the net 20 there, but I didn't get to use it. So please make a athletics acrobatics to take advantage of the situation.
Acrobatics to get out of the way as Chief Loopy Whoopy goes sliding into. God damn it.
Into you, actually, turns out, as she'll clock in and then have you in an ankle hold. Got you in the ankle lock.
Go!
No, I don't think so. Trying to use your magic to seduce me, I don't think so.
Lower!
Eliana.
I'd punch him.
Kind do. 26 absolutely beats my 10. And with that, you're able to just kind of clear out in one shot. If you had a mouth guard, it'd go flying. His lights flash all around, and they're going to have a nice hard nap about that. And you've cleared up your dance card. Borghild. What you up to?
Please don't. I'm not responsible for what happens. If I get started, don't do it. I'm going to attempt to convince this person that I commanded to halt. Just not. I'm just gonna sit there with like folded arms. Just don't do it. Not worth it.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, you're in a fight. Just because you're not up to it today, don't gotta fight.
What am I trying to do?
Persuasion.
At disadvantage?
Yes.
Punch the small creature!
That's an 18 for one, 11 for another. No, I think instead they're going to rush towards you and just diving headbutt into your gut. Which brings us around to Leo. You have a free dance card.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Is the Ferret still in danger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Calliope's helping, but she really made no progress on that particular halfling.
Then yeah, I will also go in with the steel chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 17 to hit.
17 is a lot better than my 15, by 2 at least. And so yeah, you can come in and just big kick. That halfling is gonna feel it in the morning. But
I don't feel good about this at all.
That's what they asked you to do. Like the crowd around you is cheering. Like this is an actual like organized fight. It's not like anyone's like booing you all for doing well. Tefera, the presence that was kicking into your ribs has been replaced by Calliope and Leo, which is a lot nicer because I don't think they're going to kick you in the ribs.
No.
It might. No, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, if we're doing this, she's just gonna keep going, but the whole time, she's complaining. Like, there is audible, like, what the fuck? Like, you've gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, she's...
Sure. Eddie, who are you still fighting? Because right now there's Chief Loopy Whoopy and the person fighting Borkild.
I mean, I would walk over to whoever is still standing at this point. If we were all just in a, you know what I mean? Like,
Loopy Whoopy or the one fighting
This one
Borkild?
off my leg!
the closest one, I would assume probably the chief.
Okay. You walk over, and even with the 17, you go and try to, like, make a throw or something, and she'll just catch it, and then, like, twist you on top of Threnos, and now has you in an arm. One arm has it locked and is, like, got your wrist locked, and it still has Threnos' ankle in the other lock, and is just, like, clearly wrenching on both of those. Calliope.
Yeah, how's the one doing in front of Leo and I?
Oh, out.
Out? Alright, we're going after the chief with the people's elbow.
Okay.
Would that be an unarmed strike? I feel like it would.
Yeah, you can make it an arm strike, yeah.
Yeah.
22 pieces of pain inside my 15. And so, basically, holding his back, doesn't see you coming, is lean back, and you just kind of...
Yeah.
Executioner's blade comes down, and she's pinned to the ground under you, releasing both of your friends from their torment. That is Threnos. You are now free of your ankle lock.
I will scamper away, turn around and reassess.
Mm-hmm.
Get a running start to just try and kick one of them that's on the ground.
Okay, Chief Loopy would be on the ground right in front of you.
I will
Give it a
run up
chance.
and. I guess that sounds like an athletics, so I'll roll that.
Sure.
For a 14.
I rolled a 15 on the die.
Well, yeah,
and
but Chief Whoopie Loopy is on the ground having been people's elbowed. So I think that
I'll roll a second time.
that'll work.
It's an 8 plus 5 for 12, and so yeah, with a crunch that sounds like someone's gonna have to reset that nose, Chief Loopy Whoopy is gonna be out.
I fall to the ground holding my foot.
Eliana, you only got the one.
I'm not built for this!
Finish it up. There's only one with Borkild. Tells how you get it done.
Punch him.
Should gesture to Borkild, not Borkild. Just unleash.
Borkild, you are recovering a little bit from getting headbutted in the fucking stomach, and watch as Eliana just comes up behind and just sort of right across the back of the skull, and this one goes down. And you all
told you to
stand
stop.
up
I told
amongst
you.
various, not so much broken, but beaten bodies. They slowly begin to rise up again, and oh, that was some good fighting. Crack. Back into place. Oh. Welcome to Indigo Island.
Thank you.
Are we done?
Oh, fighting's done. Fighting's done, Feathers.
The weirdest way someone said hello. It's up there.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna like this next part then. We're gonna have a feast.
Is there a reason you fight to greet people?
Love to see what you're made of.
Yes.
I guess that's one way.
What, you prefer we talk about things?
Well, feast it is.
Right. Well, you all make yourselves useful or not, as you want, to your guests. We'll have it out by the party fire.
Party fire. It is.
Yeah. It's just the cooking fire. Kind of a party by the cooking fire. Unless you're having a cookout.
And it's the cookout fire?
Oh, well, it's a very different kind of party, isn't it? We're having a party fire party. That being said, let's do it then. And you'll see as the tribe immediately goes into movement. Various gnomes, halflings, satyrs, nymphs of all kinds make movements, and you're kind of all escorted up to what appears to be a sort of circular area, a little built into the ground and covered from the winds up on a higher peak, where a large fire pit is constructed. And, well, in short order, there are colorful lines of thread and lights being cast and put up, and a large fire made warm to heal your bones.
They're too busy posting gifs in the chat.
It's a nice fire. I'm just cozying up in the fire.
I know I gotta call us out like that.
You know, sometimes
They
gifts
need
are
to
like the only
know.
language we have. Heck,
Anyway,
So, yeah,
We all look over, and Defira is looking over at the nymphs.
salivating.
No.
no.
Stop it.
if
Actually,
you guys
we're all still clueless, so
True.
The sun is still fairly high by the time everything is set and ready, but
Is it just halflings and gnomes here?
halflings, gnomes, satyrs, and nymphs. I was literally satyrs serenade you with pipes, while nymphs, halflings, and gnomes will dance around the flickering fire. You never seem to finish your sweet, potent drink, as your hosts are quick to fill your cup back up to its brim, if you like. It's a sort of interesting thing they say is made from sugarcane. Rum.
They're giving us
Ah.
soda pops.
It's very sweet-tasting rum for our players to know what they're drinking. And as I said, if you want a cup, it will never be empty, as they're quick to fill it up. Air is thick with the smell of alcohol, smoked fish, and fresh sweat.
Hmm. Two of those things are okay. The third one is a.
I'll help some of the halflings with making food, and also just speak in halfling to them, and consult them as to why they did that when we got here, but also that was really cool of them.
It's just the only proper way to greet anybody, you know? And you try and, like, reach in to turn something and you get your hand slapped at. You, like, you seem like you're going to go and pitch something, assault, and your hand slapped. Sorry, we have a very particular way we like doing things.
So do you just not teach people? Or
You, but not outsiders. Trade secret.
hang on.
I'm gonna.
Cleaning
Insults
in.
character sheet.
It's like...
I was just trying to see if I had anything cool on my person that I could trade with them. I'll just say in halfling, I'll teach you how to build an owl that can poop good berries if you teach me what you're cooking.
Why would you need an owl that poops good berries?
Well, if you're gonna fight everyone you meet, it's really handy because if you get concussed, it will poop a good berry into your mouth and then just kind of ram it in there for you.
Why not just have a friend do that?
Sometimes you don't always have a friend.
Always have a friend if you're part of the tribe.
Right, until you and all your friends decide that you're going to go on a ship trip. You just go cruising out in the ocean, and then everyone else dies when you are shipwrecked.
Oh, that's
helpful to have an owl then.
What happened to you? I'm so sorry.
Alright, I'm just going to stand here and watch then, and make it weird for all of us.
Have a drink.
I have. I've had like 3.
Keep having it.
Alright, I'll just stand here and watch then, I guess. And I'll just hover over them while they cook.
Okay. So, it seems like they take great value in food, good cheer, and song. So, observing them, it seems like they're throwing various pinches of small bags about their person onto these fish as they cook on a large, kind of almost iron tray. Anyone else doing anything of note?
Jam with some of the musicians. Good lord, I can't speak English. No, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll use my lute.
Yeah, it's absolutely great to be able to work with them. You recognize a lot of the older songs, and also a few. The one you did happen to hear on that one ship that was leaving Mitras with all the frozen artists. So you guessed that was probably the origin here. But it seems like they aren't as well aware of some of your more modern musical mixes. But yeah, they absolutely appreciate someone coming in and offering something new. Satyrs are jamming with you. Where'd you learn to play like that?
Oh, just around Thylea. I guess there's not really anywhere particular.
Around Thylea. You've been around Thylea.
Mm-hmm.
On what?
I'm confused by that question.
Oh, you came on the big boat.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, I thought the damn dolphin had taken another ship. Showing it off again.
Oh, no. We actually did have maybe a run-in with folks from here. Unsure. You familiar at all with the Southern Wind?
Southern Wind? There was someone calling themselves that. I think, was it the Southern Wind or the Eastern Wind or... Southern Wind, yes, the nymph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, it's part of the, they went for the dolphin, right? No. Yeah, shark, yes, for the Gorax. Gorax, not someone you want to run into either. Especially don't bring up that you took out the Southern Wind from the Gorak.
Good to know.
Hey,
I mean, to be fair, they started it.
Well, don't tell Gorak that. Because they won't command you to Gorak. Gorak will just kill you.
I see.
Yes, very brutal Gorak. Not as brutal as Dolphin, but still very brutal.
I'm guessing y'all don't mess with him either.
Oh, well, we try not to. They've been very aggressive. Yeah, both of them. They're very mean. Very hard to keep track of.
It's interesting. Yeah, sorry, I don't really know all the dynamics yet of all the tribes here. It's interesting.
I mean, all you need to know is that constantly fighting each other because anytime anyone tries to talk something out beyond dealing with the dwarves, well, either the shark, the dolphin catch wind of it and think it's a threat to their power and attack, or the dragon attacks.
What kinds of dragons?
Oh, you know, like the one in the old storybooks. I'm pretty sure.
But
Pretty sure it's the same one.
Same one.
Yes, big coppery thing like your swords. Yeah, always, very scary.
Does the dragon have a name?
I mean, I don't think it's ever pronounced itself. It's building up a bit of a horde from what we know, but I mean, believing the ancient stories as they are, there was a copper dragon that was a part of a very murderous crew of people that I'm pretty sure is the same one. This Arcarania?
Does that trigger any recognition?
That
sounds familiar.
That was the dragon of Esther Arcalander.
Oh. I see.
But, the one who protested the senseless slaughter of the Geigen, so something happened.
Interesting.
But they don't usually come out here to harm us as long as we are in our spot and don't make too much of a fuss.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
And they're happy to talk any more shop you like, unless you have any other questions.
Nah.
But yeah, jamming out and creating a groove. Anyone else chatting it up?
Theranos will just chill. Nothing else in mind. Nurse his ego.
You can definitely do so with plenty of rum. And as the food starts getting served, it is delicious. And Chiefess Loopy Whoopy will, of course, have you all sit by her. It always makes me smile saying that name. I don't know why. I don't know if it's as good as Baita, but
Nothing.
Loopy
will ever
Whoopy is a
beat
close second. So tell me where you all come from and why you've come to our dear island. And she'll spoke on something and blow out and offer it up towards any of you.
Well, the Oath of Peace is going to be ending soon.
That's a problem.
Yeah. And we are looking to stop the Titans from causing a problem. Permanently.
I see. Well, suppose the 5 have been a lot better than the original Dragonlords were. Haven't seen hide or tail of any raids coming our way. I'd be willing to help in your conquest. Yeah, but I have to look after my people. And unfortunately I can't do that as long as the other tribes will remain hostile to us.
So it's all the tribes hostile to each other, not just the dolphins?
A whale is well enough. They like to keep their mine running. Forging what they can of the old iron. The forebearers and all that. Delg's a good folk. Always good for a trade and a laugh. Oh, I'm usually the one laughing. It's Gorak and Dolphin. They're the troublemakers. I managed to talk to a few shark and dolphin tribe members. They seem fine folk. They're just a bit intense, perhaps. A little afraid of outsiders. But well, I suppose if when we talk to them, we're not really outsiders then. So, it's difficult. And if there is nothing else, you're free to stay here and hunt what you can and fish what you want. There's no competition that we can't beat ourselves, even with their presence.
Well, we also heard a rumor that someone was in hiding on the island.
So was it hiding on the island? Who's hiding?
Well, kind of look at everybody else, right? I mean, Vulcan's wife disappeared on this island.
I'm sorry, you think my mom's hiding on this island somewhere?
Where did I hear this? Theranos looks really confused because he thought he heard something like this.
Defair's going to put a hand to Theranos' forehead and say, "Are you feeling okay? Jeez." No, I'm just kidding. She will stop.
I feel like a crazy person. I feel paranoid. I've had 4 people nod their head, yes, that's what we heard. But then I say it and everybody's like, oh God, he said something wrong. Yeah, we think your mom's on the island.
Yeah, because like, wasn't there something in like the constellation description?
Yeah.
It's about how Mithros is not here, but he's always protecting and watching.
Oh.
I completely misunderstood what you said
Yeah,
in that
same.
description then.
It's a multiple interpretations of a myth. Mine just happens to be correct.
Uh-huh.
My brain hurts.
So, no, my mom is, well, God, like everywhere, I don't know.
But why this island?
I didn't make the Antikythera. None of us made the Antikythera. That's just how it works.
Yeah, but all of these islands have had something going on.
The constellations had stories attached to them. I'm sorry if not everyone was perfectly prescriptive of what was going on.
They should be! That's the purpose of the story that tells you about the place you want to go!
Can't control this what the stars look like. This one just happens to look like a crown and people tell stories.
I have been to some of these islands, and there is very rarely a connection between what the stars look like and what's on the island.
The stars are just how they are. People made up stories about the stars, and now they make the Antikythera, which told you how to get to Bridal Island using the stars. I just know the stories. I don't know all the islands.
But what are we doing here then?
I don't know!
That's
You're
what I
telling a
asked
story, I
you.
assume.
Are we here for tribal politics?
I guess we are now.
I'd appreciate it. You could also kill the dragon on the island and take the gold.
We've already killed 2.
It should be easy then.
Well, here's the thing. I remember in the past, she was against Esther going against his word from that vision we had long ago. She may be able to be reasoned with if she's still in there.
At the very least, we can figure out what's wrong. Maybe she's under some type of nefarious influence or something.
The other aspect of coming to the islands is to seek whatever aid we can for when we face the Titans, and this includes this island and the people here on it. Any form of alliances we can make to help preserve everyone in Thylea.
If nothing else, then I suppose it'd be helpful for you mainlanders to not have any more dolphin raids.
Wait, that's them?
Thought they were just out on a boat somewhere.
So we've got a dragon we can talk to. And we've got raiders to shut down.
Kill the dragon, please.
Why? Which dragon? I mean, Eliana's right. In that vision...
I don't know what vision you're talking about.
But yeah, we'll handle the dragon as we can. I do have a question, since I am not familiar with all politics. Is there any way to get all of the chieftains to meet together to discuss? Or would it just be us having to go to each tribe and speaking with them individually?
I could send the rudder over to Whale and they'd call something.
We're obviously on a time schedule here with only about 34 days left in total until the end of the Oath of Peace.
Look,
So if we can minimize the amount of time spent on everything.
you handle a dragon for me. I'll personally call a meeting. I'll talk to Delg and we'll get all of them together. And you can make your pitch, you can do whatever you like. I'll get them all in the same room for you. That's the least within my power, if there's a dead dragon. Because otherwise, there'll be a dragon at the meeting, and that means a lot of people dead. And eaten.
I'll turn to the rest of the group. We want to run immediately into another dragon.
Is there really another choice in the matter?
No, but it was... I feel like the question should have been asked anyway.
Unfortunately, it has to be dealt with regardless. Whether they're like Hexia or if they can be a little more rational. I'm not sure what has conspired here or what's happened. I mean, to be fair, it's been nearly, if my remembering is correct, it means she's been doing this for 500 years. For whatever reason, I couldn't tell you. But
Maybe upset to learn that we'll talk about that later.
it is unfortunate that every bit of history we seem to uncover seems to be upsetting. Nothing's been good.
We're having pretty heavy lunch right now, so
This is just
got here-
supper.
we got here in the morning, right? And then
You
we
did.
got in a fist fight with them, and then we had a feast.
Yeah, this is just lunch. I mean, we'll have supper and dinner if you like.
Yeah, don't forget about 11Zs and
Oh, we're past 11s.
I don't remember the whole Hobbit time.
Breakfast, second breakfast, 11Z's, lunch,
Tea?
supper, tea, supper,
We're not having tea.
dinner. I got the cookbook. I'll double check
Well,
later. But
if we're going to go find the other dragon, we should probably and look over as Defira has already said, chugging rum, and the passing of the long bottom leaf is going well around the circle. We should probably get,
We're
if we're
going
to be
cooking like a
doing,
chimney.
hey,
we should probably get going sooner rather than later.
hey, everyone, you find this really funny? Got a little group giggle. A little, like you don't know why you're giggling though. You just feel like it's kind of a little funny. It's interesting. And that's when you turn around. Reynolds motioning to the rest of the group, and from the underbrush, you see a giant fucking dragon head.
Oh,
Awesome. Oh,
And where we are going to leave
Wow, you would.
is I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Guess we're not going to talk about it.
Mamma mia. Here
Here
we go again. Oh, why'd it do 2? Well, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, well, this is going well, it seems.
You ambushed us. This is appropriate.
Yeah.
And then,
So-
yeah.
I'm gonna...
Wipe that shitty smirk off your fucking
I
face.
can't.
Chris.
It's too funny. It's just the effects.
I'm gonna call
of
that
a conquer dragon.
How dare you?
May
I know
roll
where you
these
live. I have your goddamn
8d12s.
address.
Like, so I
It's
heard you were
not
talking shit.
Well,
It's
I think you'll find it's 12d8. And you will find out what damage that is next time.
Wow.
So, as we leave you all in a state of fear and suspense as an all too familiar face stares back at you all, please tell the people who you are, who you're playing tonight, and where they can find more of the exceptional work you put out into the world, starting, of course, with the kicker off of things known as Comrade Crash.
Yes. Hey, I was Comrade Crash. I played Leo Dracos, the human paladin. You can just find me here every other week. And let's pass it on to Chrissy.
Played Defer. You can find me every other week here, every other week, and a lot of other things. Other people are going to talk about them. It's going to be exciting. I don't have much to say. That's okay. Bye.
Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, I'm here. I'm on your screen. I played Calliope. You can find me all over the internet at Sir Heckalot, including Twitch, Itch, I guess Twitter as long as supplies last, etc., etc. Just find me. It's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wear a lot of hats, do a lot of things, wander a lot of places. But most commonly, you can see me around here on Neon Lights Roleplay. You can find myself and Corndog over on Enchanting Sorcery every other Tuesday. And then Chrissy, Corndog, and myself over on Crits and Giggles TTRPG every other Thursday. Yeah, that's me. On over to HP.
Hello, I'm the Last Hit Point Hero, and tonight I played Thranos the Siren Sorcerer Demi Titan. I guess that's it. Over to Tony.
Yep, I'm not muted. Hey, it's Tony. Played Eliana Legide. I'm gonna have to spend all my spell slots for healing next turn. Otherwise, you can't find me. I am nothing more than an enigma. So we're gonna go over to Corndog.
It's me, Corndog McGraw. You can find me on the internet, Corndog McGraw. All right, back to you, Turk.
Hey everybody, I am Turk or Turk Accented on Twitch and Twitter. I have been your GM for the evening and I've had so much fun. If you want to see more of my face and things I do, well, I'll let you know. Tomorrow night you can find me right back here on Neon Lights Roleplay, where I run Tears of Divinity, Fading Chronicle, a Lancer campaign. I don't know why I had to breathe really heavy there, but I just needed it, and that's for me. And then beyond that, I'm over on Lost Caravan roleplay every Thursday with a new season and final season of Impossible Landscapes, a Delta Green campaign, which has been so fun to be a part of. Beyond that, you can catch me right back here on the 28th for another rip-roaring session, in that I will rip my players apart and my dragon will roar. And it will be a lot of fun, so I hope you can join us. Thank you so much to all of our raiders. You all are great. Thank you for everyone hanging out and having a good time, hopefully. I hope you enjoyed everything that the island has to offer. And remember, sometimes you need to punch someone to really get to know who they are. Sometimes you can't punch people, and that makes you strong. And even the gods are bound by oaths and prophecy. Thank you all so much for joining us. Stick around for a raid. Take care of yourself, or I will come for you. Good night. Shell, please take us out.
Trying to kill us, help!
Which kind of cum was that?